Led by various ideologies and greed, empires of men feel the threat emanating from each other and conduct ongoing intergalactic wars. United in zero space, the universe trembles with epic battles of human nations. Nations that would never have been able to discover each other are connected in one time, thanks to the sacred technologies of common founders. The future, as the past, is unclear. Elusive hope for peace is in the hands of the lords and kings, and only in fairy tales and ancient legends that parents tell their children to pass the time, the story from the distant past comes to life. In very ancient times, in one lost world, there was a boy who saw the same dream every night when darkness came down on the serene city. Cities, mountains, rivers, clouds, and all that were loved by the child disappeared behind a line approaching the horizon. Inevitable approximation of the unknown. Time after time scared him more and more until the dream turned into a nightmare. The world melted in his eyes, and a presentiment of impending threat changed the boy and the future of mankind. Was it just a dream or a revelation? The boy never knew. A child growing up, devoting all his time and subduing his life to finding evidence to support his feelings. And once he succeeded, the people had enough time to prepare for the fact that until recently seemed impossible, reality collapses, and the rate of this process denied any possible variance except one: escape. Decades have gone to prepare salvation. People have a chance to escape from certain death, and the boy who warned people in time grew old, and being a very old man, was among the last to leave his home planet. People left homeworld and settled artificial cities built around the planet, Terraloposis. Earth went from under feet as well as all that filled their minds and was so important. Saddened and frightened by the unknown future, people were resigned to a new home. The Ark of Salvation and Hope became the new home. Mankind rejoiced, having gone to the edge of the visible universe, getting a chance for salvation, carrying away homeworld just as previous misconceptions. When the oceans of the planets were consumed as fuel, fading hope for salvation was bolstered by a real possibility of immortality. People were taking on a new life form, the form of Soliats. Immortal beings felt themselves gods. Memories and fantasies of Soliats eventually began to erupt into reality and inflict enormous damage to Terralopolis, claiming the lives of thousands of people. And despite the fact that the Ark engine, Hewa, consumed energy worked out by Soliats, people and Soliats unleashed a war with each other. Despite the huge loss, the people won the war and began to use the technology of immortality a totally different way. The ones who chose the path of immortality were immersed in capsules, guaranteeing the safety of people. The number of immortals and amounts of energy grew, and with it the speed of the Ark, which cut through the layers of space. Ark became overgrown with paradoxical matter called Althiorum. However, Althiorum was deadly for Soliats. It provided the ship with a new optimal shape for increasing acceleration in curved space. Ark paved its course through the stars and planets, which served as construction materials for disembodied shells for craving eternal life humans. And over time, almost all people have turned to Soliats, and Terralopolises became desolate warehouses filled with capsules. Among the hundreds of billions of Soliats, very few became creators. They created the content of virtual worlds that filled a pastime of immortals who conducted thousands of years in their own virtual dreams. Creators were inspired by the legacy of Rescue Planet, and sometimes clothed in mortal bodies, traveled in memory areas of their ancestors. Creators met face to face with the threat of the final annihilation of humanity, the threat from which people managed to escape for so long could not simply be ignored by advantage in speed, when remained zero chances to escape from the trap that stopped the existence of the universe. Creators created rescue mission. Volunteered creators managed to move the incredibly remote distance from the Ark. Overcoming time and space, they founded new colonies of men not covered with the effect of reality destruction. These new seeds of human race were named Descendants. And only from the Descendants depend the salvation of the Ark and all of mankind.